everyone, my name is Tsukaira, and welcome back to the Genshin Impact playthrough. First and foremost, before I get started with anything, if my voice sounds much softer than it usually is, it's because it is. Currently everyone is asleep as I'm recording this, so I don't want to wake them up, so I'm gonna be polite and keep my voice down. So sorry if it annoys anyone or makes my voice kind of cringe to listen to. I can't really do anything about it. Obviously, aside from just recording the day after, I guess, but I'm too impatient. I don't want to edit videos right now, so. Yeah, with that being said, it's currently 2.4 and well, a couple of days after 2.4 started, you can see I have the quest that I have activated right now. That's one of the quests that's in Enkanomiya. I think it unlocks after you complete the main story. I don't know what you would call it, but when you, not to spoil anything, but when you basically, when you go and fight the boss, I would say, without trying to spoil too much of what happens in the actual story. And yeah, I've already done most of that. I actually 100% in Kanomiya. Let me go ahead and pull that up real quick. Yeah, I don't have a life. That and I've done the Archon quest too, so currently just waiting for the next update to, not update, the next event to drop, which I think is tomorrow. The potion related one, I'm not too sure, but I'm just waiting. It doesn't really matter. Events is events, primos are primos. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's been a while since I've done one of these intros. I think the last time I did one was in 2.1 when I was pulling for Raiden, and even then I don't think I actually went over any characters. So that would put the last time I did a team check in 2.0, I think, when Inazuma first dropped, which is quite a long time ago. Almost, when was that? July? July 21st. That was almost 6 months ago, half a year ago, so it's about time I did an update, so I'm gonna make this quick. I don't think too much has changed. Well, obviously a lot has changed, but at the same time not really because it's just me changing a bunch of artifacts. But I want to get this out of the way so we can start editing the video. So yeah, let's start off with Xiao. Uh, Obviously you can see he has a new crit ratio. So I swapped a couple of artifacts around with some of my characters and got a new artifact set for Xiao. It's really scuffed. Kinda, because he has 2 Peace Noblesse now, so I don't even keep that, I guess, but, you know, with the way Xiao's burst works, it doesn't necessarily matter what his artifact sets are, it mostly comes down to just the substats, so I put this, this goblet could have been perfect, it could have been amazing, but everything decided to go into attack and crit rate, so, well, I guess it's not terrible, obviously, it's still a very good goblet, but if some of that attack went into crit damage, then it would have been, like, nutty kind of, so but I'm not too upset about it. It's still a decent goblet, so yeah, we put that on Xiao. I used to be on Jean, but seeing as to how Xiao doesn't really necessarily need artifact sets, I put on him. That along with this flower that has 33 crit damage. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this crit damage flower before, but I don't think so, so I'm gonna do it anyway. Uh, yeah, it's amazing. 33 crit damage. It had the last roll because you can see one of the rolls went into energy recharge. If it had gone into crit damage, it might have gone into like the 40s range of crit damage, and would have been something to behold. You know what I'm saying? Alas, it wasn't meant to be. It's still a very good flower, obviously. It doesn't have crit rate, but you know, Xiao has enough crit rate anyway. Speaking of crit rate, he does have the golden ratio, which is why I preferred this new artifact set. That along with like 200 more attack from the old artifact set, so. He's doing more DPS now, about 38k damage unbuffed. Well, counting the Jade Spear, I can't even speak, counting the Jade Spear stacks. You do 38k damage per plunge, so obviously good. Kuja Sarah, I'm not building her. I have Sucrose built a little bit. I won't talk too much about her, but she's just kind of there because I do have Child now, so. I don't have any Viridescent Venom supports built, so Sucrose is like the only person that I can really build because Ether obviously can't really run Animo because I have him on Geo, and if you guys don't know, I have the microwave comp on my Xiao team, so I can't really do that. Zhongli. Oh yeah, okay, so we did a little bit of artifact shuffling around with Zhongli too, and look at this crit rate, it's monstrous, I love it. It's, I do have a character, Chongyi, and I'll talk about him later, that has a better crit rate, but it's pretty good for a Zhongli. I'm gonna flex this artifact here real quick. It's amazing. It's perfect too. But, well, obviously it can be better because it's not attack. But Zhongli needs HP for his shield, so it's perfect for him. And yeah, his shield's a bit weaker than what it used to be, but it's only like, what, 2k HP that he lost, so it's not too big of a deal. Ether, I don't believe anything has changed on him unless these aren't the same stats as it was during 2.0. I might have to go check later. I didn't, cross-reference anything, watch the video that I made earlier, so we'll just have to see. But I don't think anything changed on him for the most part, so I won't talk about him. Jean. Okay, we did yeah, so as I was saying with Chow, I replaced her anima goblet. Sorry for mumble, I can't really hear myself either, so yeah, bear with me here. It's a lot of characters to talk about. I'm not reading off a script either, so it's a struggle out here, but yeah, Jean, 65, 158 crit ratio with 200 ER, so she does her job. Obviously, she's a healer, so I don't really need to invest too much into her, but she is still doing damage, so yeah, Jean's very good. Raiden Shogun, I do think a little bit, yeah, she has a different crit ratio. It used to be like 70, 110, but now it's 66, 130, which is obviously healthier, which is almost golden actually. It would have been, if it was 65, 130, it would be golden, but obviously this is better than golden because it has more crit rate. Other than that, not really much to talk about. She does her job too, like Jean. Don't need to invest too much into her because I'm not really using her that much compared to other characters. So yeah, Raiden Shogun. Ah, alright, this is where it gets fun. So I recently pulled Child during 2.2 when his banner was out. It was kind of on a whim because I am saving for Kamisato Ayato, which is speculated to come out in like 2.6, which is like 3 months from now. So I couldn't really wait that long, especially back in 2.2. That was like what, 3 months ago. That would put me waiting for like another 5 months for Ayato. So that wouldn't have done it all. So I decided to treat myself to another 5-star character and get Child. He's really fun. Some of the most fun I've had in a pretty long time. I think the last time I had this much fun was when I first got Xiao, and honestly, Xiao's getting a bit boring now because I played with him for like over a year now, or almost a year. His banner came out February and last year, so or not last year, this year. So no, it is last year. It is 2022, huh? I'm already forgetting that. I'm dumb. But yeah, 64, 133 crit ratio. I do have him not on 4-piece Heart of Death, unfortunately, but I didn't really spend too much resin on that domain because I wasn't about to put myself in artifact hell. So I decided to give him some leftover Shuminawa pieces from when I was farming for Raiden, and then swap that onto some Heart of Death, and honestly, he's doing pretty good actually. Most people would say that 4-piece Heart of Death is better, but I think it's a bit overrated in my opinion. This artifact set gives you a little bit more burst damage, which is better in my scenario because I run him with Raiden Shogun. So he only does it like maybe 1 or 2 strings of auto attacks and then bursts, and then I switch to Raiden and do her thing. So it would be more DPS on my part, but for other people, not necessarily. But yeah. His talents are 9, 9, 10. I had to crown his burst actually because I was able to hit a damage record of 1.1 million with this guy. It's insane. I love him. I wasn't really intending to crown him because I was planning to save my crowns for Ayato, but I wanted to hit that million damage mark and flex on all my friends, so it just happened, I guess. D-Luke. Okay, I think this guy's pretty much finished like Xiao now. I don't really need to worry about him anymore. Did a little bit of artifact swapping on him as well and got him a little bit better crit ratio, so 75, 140, which is it's pretty aesthetically pleasing. I don't know what it is about it, but seeing the number 7, well, I don't know, I'm Christian, so maybe it's just that, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, triple crown, so nothing's really changed aside from his stats, so I won't talk too much about him. Dione has been the same. Changyi. Okay, so Changyi. Yeah, this crit ratio is great. Man, talking to myself is so dumb now that I think it, whatever. But yeah, 79, almost 80 actually. 80, 182 crit ratio. Basically 183 actually. And I can do like 40,000 damage per ult sword, so that's about like 120k damage if I melt his things with enough buffs. Still working on him though. I need to upgrade his talents, and then, well, that's about it actually. I need to upgrade his talents and then get a couple more constellations. Obviously, C6 is the goal, so we'll be waiting for that. But I'm not gonna, since he is on the banner right now. He's on Shunha and Xiao, I think. I can't remember. I don't want to check right now, but he should be on the banner. I'm pretty sure. So I don't want to pull because I don't want to risk my pity for Ayato. I don't have him guaranteed, but I do have a little bit of pity, and I want to give myself a little bit of leverage, you know. Official. I don't think anything's changed on her. How many more characters do I have? I have 4 more. Okay, let's talk about Beta for a bit. I do have her built, kinda. Not really, actually, because she doesn't even have the second piece, or the second artifact set that, you know, you obviously want to have, but she's okay for the most part, just because I don't have her built that well. I do run her with Child a little bit, but obviously I'm not really impressed by her damage. Like I said, she's not really that built, so I can't really say much about her right now until she's finished. So I'll just leave her in peace. Xingqiu did get a little bit of a downgrade compared to last time, because his crit rate helm used to be on Diluc, and Diluc used to have this Thunder Summoner's crown. I switched them around for, you know, on-set shenanigans with Diluc so we can get some better artifacts, and in turn it made Xingqiu take a little bit of a hit there, but it's alright. I don't use Xingqiu much anymore just because, you know, Diluc is already falling off, and he's been falling off for a while now. And Xingqiu is obviously his best partner, so both of them are kind of getting benched in a sense. I do kind of want to run Diluc in Abyss again, but it's we'll just have to see. And Bennett, all right. Bennett's gonna Bennett obviously, but I don't really know what to say about him. He's just broken. I have him on 4-piece Noblesse like every Bennett should have, and then Aquila Pavonia because of the base attack. The Aquila Pavonia used to be on Jean. I didn't actually talk about this when I was on her, my bad. But she has the Black Sword now, so she has crit rate. And then Bennett has the Aquila Pavonia for the base attack. His talent's a 4-8-10. I crowned his burst for the Child Nuke, so that's also a loss of a crown, but it's okay, I guess. And finally, Xiangling. I'm getting so tired of talking, guys, so I'm gonna make this quick. Her crit ratio can be better. She has good crit damage and good ER, but the crit ratio, obviously she has, I say obviously a lot, don't I? She has the catch, which gives 12% crit rate, so that'll put her at 57, 158, which is obviously better. I said obviously. You know what? Whatever. I don't have Xiangling in any of the traditional stats that she would usually have, you know, 4-piece Emblem, 2-piece Crimson Witch, 2-piece Noblesse, stuff like that. She's on Wanderer's Stroke because I don't have any better pieces. Well, actually I do, but, you know, I have a lot of Noblesse pieces, but all of them are on other characters. I guess, like, if I did play around with the artifacts, I could get a better ratio, but yeah, it's not necessarily the best. I guess I could still roll with this, actually. She does have a lot of VR now. You know what, actually, let's do this. Alright, yeah. Alright, we'll put this into... yeah, we'll put this into action here. 200 ER, that's impressive. No EM either, but it's alright. She needs a little bit of EM since I'm running her with Child. I don't have any EM, so... but that's alright, I guess. Yeah, sorry about all the cuts. I'm getting really frustrated with the intro and everything. So I'm just gonna make this brief. So since I've already recorded everything, you know, in Kanomiya and the Ark Conquest, I don't know what I'm gonna put after this, since I need to fill the video in with something else. I think it might be the Ark Conquest. So just you guys will just see. So thanks guys for watching. So yeah, just enjoy, I guess, and sorry for making you guys wait through all that. Yeah, thanks again.
I have gathered everyone here today to make an important announcement. Perhaps some of you will have heard the news already. I am, in fact, planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber.
Rebuild the Jade Chamber? That's a huge project!
So the rumors are true.
No wonder the price of building materials has gone up so much lately.
The Jade Chamber means a lot to Lady Ningguang. Getting involved in this would be a huge opportunity.
Lady Ningguang, is there any way we can be of service?
Patience. Since the news made it out a few days ago, I have already had many people contacting me to declare an interest in joining the project. Nevertheless, I do have a few matters I should like to entrust to you here today. The building site has been chosen, and most of the materials have been assembled. 3 key items are, however, still outstanding. They are as follows: Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils.
Excuse my ignorance, Lady Ningguang. I'm familiar enough with Plostrite, but I've never even heard of those other 2.
Only sufficiently large pieces of Plostrite, or specifically Vermilionite, may earn themselves the Sunset moniker. This stone is what allows the Jade Chamber to float. Wonder Cores, meanwhile, are the central components of the mechanical structure of the Jade Chamber. Adepti Sigils serve as a means of integrating the mechanical devices with Adepti art. They are as indispensable as the mechanical core itself. Although these 3 items are rare, I trust that with your connections and capabilities, procuring them will not be a question of if, but of when. I take the saying, time is money, more seriously than most. Efficiency is everything. I will pay a generous price for the materials that you find, and in addition, the first 3 people who collect all the materials will have the opportunity to ask me a question. You may ask me anything, and I will give you an honest answer. I trust that this means of compensation will be to everyone's satisfaction.
These things won't be easy to get hold of. But if it means a chance to get some inside information on Liyue Harbor's development plan for next year...
Then it's the deal of a lifetime. Information from Lady Ningguang is priceless. Whoever gets to it first takes the market.
Haha, what a coincidence! I won't divulge too much, but I heard some murmurings about some Plostrite just the other day. So excuse me all, but, I have some business to do.
No. We better move quickly, or this opportunity will be snatched away from us.
Ningguang's rebuilding the Jade Chamber? This is a huge deal! Let's get involved!
So you heard my announcement, did you? What do you think? Interested? Yes. Providing the question pertains to something I am knowledgeable about.
Really? Ooh, then Paimon will ask you about how to run a business! Then we'll never be short of Mora ever again.
Of course. But how much information I share with you will depend on your performance. The construction of the Jade Chamber requires a great deal of space. The abandoned mine outside the Golden House has been selected as the building site. Once you have collected the materials, please take them there. I have other business to attend to now. Otherwise, I would gladly escort you to the site in person. When you do arrive, please seek out my secretary. Remember, this is a race against the clock. A rare opportunity presents itself to you. Do not let somebody else snatch it from your grasp.
Ningguang seems super busy. Come on, we better get going. First, we gotta get out of Eugene Terrace. Huh? Look! It seems like there's something kind of fishy going on over there.
Ma'am, you seem like an eminent and distinguished young lady to me. I can see that you're easily gonna win this procurement contest Lady Ningguang has set up. As it happens, we have some information about the materials that I really think might interest you. Come on, let's find somewhere a little more private, and we can get down to brass tacks.
No, I don't need it.
Don't be like that. Hey, come on, don't go! Why don't you stand there after her? Oh, right, yeah.
had some useful information. Information's just what we need right now. Let's follow them and see what we can find out. They're not here. Let's keep looking.
Well, will you look at that, ma'am? Nowhere left to run. Don't worry, we're not bad guys. You give us some mora, we give you a little info. Everybody's a winner.
Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Look at her, the white hair, the energy she gives off. I'm telling you, there's something different about her.
So what? She's loaded. How are we ever going to repay those gambling debts if we just let money walk away from us, huh?
I've already told you, I don't need your information. If you still can't grasp that, I'm happy to repeat it in a way that won't be so easy to forget.
Come on, ma'am. You seem like an intelligent lady. I shouldn't have to spell this out to you. It's not about whether you need the info or not, okay? It's about you taking out your money and handing it over and nobody getting hurt.
I won't.
No more excuses! I know you have money. I saw you. Yeah, I saw you. Strolling into Leo Lee Pavilion, ordering a table full of food, and only taking a few bites. Then Shinue Kiosk, then Wanmin Restaurant. Same story each time. You order all the signature dishes, take a few bites, then you're on your way again. How could you afford to be so wasteful if you weren't from a rich family? And since you're so rich, what's the loss to you in giving us a little spare change, huh?
Master warned me not to lay a hand on anyone in Liyue Harbor. But here we are. Perhaps... yes. Let's call it fate.
Boss, I'm telling you, something's not right.
What are you afraid of? We're just selling information. It's not illegal. If she lays a finger on us, all the better. We'll sue her for everything she's worth.
Oh, you again.
The Millilith. What are the Millilith doing here? Did you do this? You ought to mind your own business. I swear.
Silence! How dare you threaten innocent civilians? You're coming with us.
No, don't be angry, sir. Please, let me explain.
Shenhe,
Shenhe?
my name.
Oh, so your name's Shenhe. Paimon's name is, well, Paimon. And this is Paimon's travel buddy.
Oh, I've heard about you two before. Thank you for helping to defuse the situation. I could have dealt with it myself, though. I suspect smashing his head against the ground a handful of times is all it would have taken to get him to surrender.
You can't do that. That's way too violent. This is Liyue Harbor. There are laws against that kind of stuff, you know.
Laws? No, apparently not.
Really? So how exactly have you...
That would be my stomach growling. I haven't eaten enough.
She's so honest. Wait, that's right. They said you went out of each dish. Then of course you're still hungry. So, anything in particular you're hungry for?
Chingson, glaze lily, violet grass. These are my usuals. Medicinal herbs?
Kinda hard to explain. Anyway, Boo Pharmacy's not far away. Let's take Shenhe there for a big medicinal meal. After all, you can't work on an empty stomach. Psst. Do you think Shenhe might be an Adeptus?
Are you here to buy some herbs? I do hope you brought your prescription.
Chingson, glaze lily, and violet grass, please. Half a pound of each.
What kind of prescription is this? Sounds more like a lunch order. Oh, Here you go. That's everything we have in stock.
Thank you.
She's really eating them!
My hunger has now abated. Thank you. Rather awful. Though they were not completely devoid of sweet fragrance. After consuming a large quantity of them, bitterness is all that remains.
So, how come you chow down on these and barely touch the restaurant food? If Paimon had enough Mora, Paimon would go to the fanciest restaurant in town and order a whole table of food and eat it all in one go!
Because I'm not sure whether I will remain here in the future. The food of the mortal realm is most delicious, but should I return to the mountains, yearning for the food here shall only pose an obstacle to my continued spiritual development. Sampling each dish in order to appreciate its taste is enough.
Return to the mountains! That proves it! Paimon knew she was an Adeptus!
Enough about me. What are your plans from here?
Oh, right! Paimon almost forgot! We came out to take part in the Rebuild the Jade Chamber competition! And now we're probably super behind because we've been held up for so long.
I see. I heard something about the contest when I was passing by.
Yep! You get to ask Ningguang any question you want if you win! Were you interested in the contest too, Shinha?
I came for the rebuilding of the Jade Chamber, but until this point I had no intention of joining a contest. However, you have shown me your kindness, and I would now like to lend you my assistance. Oh, don't worry. I ask for nothing in return.
Wow! You really don't have to. But having an Adeptus help out will make things a whole lot easier, so...
Then let's not delay. I have a plan.
Great! Paimon bets this is gonna be the awesomest plan ever!
I am not sure whether or to what extent this plan can be classified as awesome. I do, however, believe it will be highly effective. We simply need to dispose of everyone who is currently ahead of us. Then, we alone shall become the victors.
Veto! That is not acceptable! Not by a long shot!
Really? But I hear that competition is in essence about conflict and one-upmanship.
Look, we want to win this competition fair and square, okay? Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils. Let's start at the top of the list and work down. So, for Plostrite...
I was wondering who I could hear arguing over there. So, it's you.
Baiju? What are you doing out here?
Lady Ningguang wishes to purchase a large batch of wound dressing. We're running low at the store, so I came out to fetch the ingredients personally.
Huh? How come Lady Ningguang needs so much wound dressing all of a sudden?
I'm not too sure. I did hear she's looking to rebuild the Jade Chamber. Maybe for its first aid on site? I didn't ask, though. Far be it from me to pry into my customers' personal affairs. Oh, and she also borrowed Chi-Chi. Meaning Boo Boo Pharmacy is very short-handed right now. I don't suppose any of you are looking for part-time work by any chance?
No, we've got other stuff to do. While you're here, though, you seem to know a lot. Have you ever heard of something called Sunset Vermilionite?
Ah, the variety of plostrite used in the Jade Chamber, yes? There is some mention of it in the Seven Mountain Treatises. When activated, Sunset Vermilionite rises up all the way into the clouds. It's very rare indeed. As far as the records show, virtually all Sunset Vermilionite in existence has been mined and taken possession of. But the Feiyun Commerce Guild would know far more about this than I do.
Okay then, let's go ask at the Feiyun Commerce Guild. Thanks, Baiju.
You're quite welcome. Good luck to you all. And if there's anything further you need from me, just come to the Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Master Xingqiu, thank goodness you're finally back.
Oh? Why do I detect an urgency in your voice?
The guild has had a whole string of strange orders in recently. Everyone's been completely caught off guard. Your father gave me specific instructions to ask you to stay and help out if I happen to see you.
I see. Have someone sort the orders by type for now. I'll deal with them myself shortly.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you, Master. With you on the job, I can breathe a sigh of relief.
Hey, Xingqiu! Glad you're here. We want to ask you for some information.
Traveler, Paimon, please wait a moment. Shu, I need to entertain some guests. Please continue with your work for the time being, and we'll discuss the matter of the guild's orders in more detail later on.
Understood, Master Xingqiu. Then I will leave you in peace.
I wasn't counting on finding you here today. What's going on? And how, pray tell, may I be of service?
Xingqiu, have you ever heard of Sunset Vermilionite?
Oh, I see. So you've entered Lady Ningguang's contest as well.
As well? Do you mean...
The truth is, the Feiyun Commerce Guild is in possession of some Sunset Vermilionite, but only one piece. We are holding it on behalf of someone who has asked us to put it up for auction, and a lot of interested parties have already come to us inquiring about the price. At the end of the day, it all comes down to supply and demand. In this case, I'm guessing the final transaction price may be in excess of 500 million mora.
500 million?!
Honestly, I would recommend that you don't bother bidding on this one. The price is greatly inflated, and it's just not worth it.
But without any Sunset Vermilionite...
Don't panic. I don't suppose you've ever heard of Sea Gazer?
Who?
Sea Gazer was once very close to Mountain Shaper, but if I am not mistaken, he has already passed away. Yes, precisely. I didn't know anyone else knew about him. According to records of drifting clouds, Sea Gazer once built an abode to store his rarest and most exquisite treasures, among which was some Sunset Vermilionite. After Sea Gazer passed, the abode was abandoned, and its location was lost to time. Luckily, I came into possession of a stack of folk history books just recently. They make some oblique references to this lost abode, and after cross-referencing them against each other, I'm now fairly certain that it is situated in the Lisha area.
That's great! But is it really okay for us to just go and take his treasure? Wouldn't it be a little, disrespectful? With him being an Adeptus?
You needn't worry. As far as I understand, Sea Gazer was very open-minded. Even while he was alive, he wouldn't have let something like this bother him. Open-minded? I have not heard of Sea Gazer being described in this way before. May I ask where you read that? Just a rumor I heard out in the mountains. All right then, let's go. There's something about this young lady that reminds me of a good friend of mine. Oh, I almost forgot. Adepti abodes tend to have very ingenious designs, especially when it comes to their defense mechanisms. Plus, it's likely to be crawling with monsters after being abandoned for so long. So please.
Let's see. Xingqiu said it should be around here, but Paimon doesn't see anything.
This place was hidden using a special Adepti art. But now that I have removed it, we can inspect the area more closely.
Wow, that's amazing! Yep, let's take another look around. Hey, look! Is that a new Sealy over there? The Sealy! What? Weren't we at a waterfall just now? How did we suddenly end up here? Oh, so many clouds. It feels like we're high up in the sky.
I believe this is the abode of that Adeptus. With any luck, the sunset vermilionite we're looking for should be in here.
Really? Let Paimon see! Huh? Isn't that the Sealy from before? Look, it's gone and snuck beneath the clouds. And now that Paimon takes a closer look, the rocks and trees here don't seem complete. Oh, could there be something below the clouds?
These are not real clouds. They are the product of an Adepti art used for spatial partitioning. If we want to go down, we must first destroy the mechanism that is maintaining the Adepti art.
All right, then let's do it.
I sense the presence of monsters in this place. I don't know where they are hiding, so we'd better be careful.
Solidify!
Faster? Okay.
Manifest! My will embodied! Unleash! It appears that we've been taken for intruders. This time, why not allow me to take care of this? My will embodied! Cryo incarnate! The core of the mechanism is exposed. Now's our chance.
Whoa! We're gonna fall! Is everyone okay? Look! The Sealy has disappeared beneath the clouds again!
It looks like we need to go further down. But before that, let's destroy the guard mechanisms on this level first. Obey!
This is order. Stabilize.
Manifest! By ordinance divine!
Stabilize.
Rise.
Quick.
Obey! Cryo incarnate!
Dust! Terra smash!
We're gonna fall. This time, we're really gonna fall. Luckily, there was a pool of water at the bottom. Otherwise, that could have ended very differently. Hey! That Sealy's on the move again. Let's catch up with it. Something looks different about this stone wall. Let's take a closer look.
Stabilize!
Unleash!
Opening box of Adepti Wheel of Life.
Manifest!
Terra smash!
Obey! By ordinance divine!
Solidify!
Cut to the chase!
I will have order. Terra smash! Quick!
Unleash!
Terra smash!
Stabilize!
Life goes on.
Take your true form!
This is order! Solidify!
Orders given. Orders received.
To dust!
Manifest! Do your master's bidding!
Terra smash!
Look, over there! Could that be the Sunset Vermilionite? Is this it? Is this the Sunset Vermilionite? It's so huge! That's true, but then again, why isn't it floating?
Plaustrite doesn't float until it's activated. It may look different from most ordinary stones, but it weighs around the same amount. Only after being activated does Plaustrite reveal its true nature, breaking free from the shackles of the mortal realm and ascending up into the heavens.
Wow, Shenhe, you seem to know everything about this.
Only because my master is fond of chatting about these things. The moment she has some time to spare, she'll come straight for me and start telling story after story. I don't care for her stories most of the time. I certainly didn't expect them to ever come in handy like this.
Hold on a sec. Paimon just realized something. If we activate it here, there's no way we'll be able to get it back to the site, right? Heck, we'll be dragged up into the sky too! But if we don't activate it, how else are we gonna lift it? This rock must weigh well over 1,000 pounds, surely!
Don't worry. I can handle the weight quite easily.
Are you sure? Be careful!
Please don't worry. I'm well aware that a Plaustrite sample this large must be highly valuable. I will be gentle with it and make sure it does not get damaged. My safety.
That's right! Paimon's sure you can handle it and everything, but if something this heavy lands on you, you're gonna get yourself hurt, no matter who you are. You gotta be extra careful when lifting heavy objects. It's just common sense.
Is it now? Well then, thank you. I'll go on ahead with the Plaustrite. Let's meet at the building site later.
How is Shenhe able to carry that huge rock all by herself? Huh. Adepti super strength much?
my god, I can't believe my eyes.
How can she lift that massive rock all by herself? She's gotta be one of those Adepti, surely.
Oh, mighty Adeptus, please give me your blessing so that in the coming year I may reap a more bountiful salary.
This is top tier in size and quality, and the condition it's in is quite simply immaculate. Congratulations! This item is approved for submission. I'm going to award you full marks for the Sunset Vermilionite item. May I take your name?
My name isn't important. I'm not even here to compete. I was just delivering this for some other people. They should be here any minute now.
Shenhua, and Ningguang's little helper.
Ah, so you're the ones behind this. No wonder. The rarest talent turns in the rarest Plostrite specimen. But I have to correct you on one point. It's not helper, it's secretary.
Okay then, Miss Secretary, what do you think of the rock we found?
In truth, it is the finest piece of Plostrite we have received so far. If everything goes according to plan, we will use this piece in the foundation of the Jade Chamber, which will enable us to proceed to the next stage of construction. As a side note, Lady Ningguang has rented some dwellings in the nearby area to serve as accommodations for the contestants. If you need a place to rest, you are welcome to stay there. Now, please excuse me. As you can see, there is still a lot of work to do on the building site.
Shenhua, just now on the way over, pretty much everyone was singing your praises.
Oh, really?
What kind of reaction is that? So strange. Aren't you happy about it? Whenever Paimon gets praised, Paimon can't help but hold her head up high and break into a big smug smile.
I've had similar compliments before. They call me an Adeptus, treat me with great deference and respect, as if I'm set apart from the common folk.
Yeah, 'cause that's how Adepti are. At least the ones we've met are pretty unique and reclusive, too. Way different than normal people.
But I am not...
Shenhua?
I'm fine. I've been exerting myself quite a lot ever since we set foot in that abode. I'm just a little fatigued.
Well, Byron said that there are some makeshift hotels we can use, right? Let's go check in and take a rest.
No need. I simply need to find myself a secluded place in the wilderness to sit and meditate in silence.
You can't do that. It's dangerous out in the wild on your own. When you're hungry, you go eat something tasty. And when you're tired, you go lie down in a nice, comfy bed. All right? Seriously, don't punish yourself like this.
Okay. If you insist.
Great! Now we're talking. Let's head to our hotel.
Hi there. Checking in, are we? You're just in time. We only have 2 rooms left. Since this was chosen as the building site for the new Jade Chamber, we've had a constant stream of people in this area. And not just workers either. Visitors, business people, tea sellers, all sorts. So, business is booming for me today. Very few vacancies. You're lucky you got here when you did.
Great!
One of your rooms is still being cleaned. I guess it should be ready within the hour. The other room is just at the door on the left. Here are your keys. All right. Hope you enjoy your stay. Please excuse me, I'll leave you to it.
Shenhua, you should go get some rest. We'll hang around outside until the other room's ready. Paimon's gonna go see if there's anything good to eat around here. Paimon couldn't help but notice one of the guests walk in with a huge grilled chicken drumstick before. Let's buy one for Shenhua too. She can have it as a midnight snack. Or save it for breakfast tomorrow.
All right. I will head to my room for now. If you need anything, don't hesitate to disturb me. I'm a light sleeper. I will hear if you knock on the door. See you tomorrow.
here. Let's go and say hi.
One trusts you have met Shen-He. So, are you getting along quite well?
So far, so good. Yeah. So, you know Shen-He too, Cloud Retainer?
Naturally. Save for Ganyu, who spends the majority of her time in Liyue Harbor. All the Adepti living today are acquainted with Shen-He to some degree.
Cool. So, what's her Adeptus name anyway? Calling her Shen-He feels kind of friendly, but also kind of disrespectful. So Paimon's thinking maybe it'd be better if we called her by her Adeptus name instead.
Her Adeptus name? Why, pray tell, would Shen-He have an Adeptus name?
Don't all Adepti have a special title they go by?
On this latter point, you are correct. However, Shen-He is human.
Oh, right. Wait, what? What? You knew already? So is Paimon the only one who didn't know?
Do you mean to say that she presents differently from ordinary human beings?
Well, to start with, her problem-solving methods are extremely direct.
Ah, yes. She was like this all those years ago when one first met her. In this respect, she has not changed. One first found Shen-He by chance in a cave. One was passing by and sensed the presence of a god's remains. Being of an ever-vigilant disposition, one entered immediately to inspect the scene. Inside was Shen-He, then aged around 6 years old. In her hand, she held a dagger with which she was confronting a monster that was the god's remains incarnate.
That sounds so dangerous.
When one arrived, she had already been locked in confrontation with this monster for several days. Most mortal children are fragile, both physically and mentally, and are highly reliant on their parents for survival. But not so her. That she was able to endure such terrible danger was due not only to her strong willpower, but also to the bloodlust and homicidal instinct with which she was born. One dealt with the monster, yet she still refused to lower her guard. She even pointed her dagger in one's direction and remained ready to strike. Only after she was satisfied that one had no intention to cause her harm did she finally relent. She then passed out without uttering a single word.
In other words, if you hadn't passed by that day, Shen-He might have...
Not necessarily. Upon one's arrival, one could sense that the god's wrath was gradually receding. Even had the stalemate continued, one suspects that Shen-He may have still emerged the victor of the confrontation.
That's still so dangerous, though. Why was a tiny little kid battling against the wrath of a god in the first place?
Alas, the mortal world is rife with suffering of every kind. And she had experienced her fair share of this, even at a tender age. Seeing that she was homeless, one decided to adopt her. Indeed, it is one to whom she refers. Shen-He has an extraordinary constitution, making her well adapted to practicing the Adepti arts. All the Adepti cherished her talents, and so we were willing to train her. However, her homicidal urges did not subside with age. Rather, they grew stronger day by day. Mooncarver once performed a divination for her. He declared that her fate is to bear the curse of calamity. Consumed by malevolent energy, she is prone to bring harm to those around her. Such is the magnitude of the danger this poses, that her soul must be bound with red ropes to keep her homicidal instinct at bay. The red ropes have indeed served to keep her calmer and more content. They also seem to have rendered her somewhat inexpressive. Perhaps the red ropes are so powerful that they have suppressed some of her other emotions as well. It is only by fate that people's paths may cross. Now that Shen-He's path has crossed with yours, please be sure to treasure the gift that fate has given you, and take good care of her.
Oh, now Paimon gets it. You came out here to check up on Shenhe because you were worried about her, didn't you?
Huh. You dare draw such a facile conclusion on the nature of one's present excursion? Incorrect. The truth is that while Liyue Harbor may seem peaceful today, danger is always lurking in the shadows. Ningguang once made a bold assertion that this is to be the era of the contract between Liyue and the humans. Well, one is most curious to observe how she will respond to the coming storm. If she handles it admirably, one is willing to be a witness to her achievements. But if she does not, the Adepti shall not hesitate to seize control. Let us conclude our conversation here for today. One has occupied enough of your time, and night is approaching. Be sure to get ample rest.
So, Shenhe isn't an Adeptus after all. She just grew up around the Adepti. Oh, no wonder she doesn't like being treated as an Adeptus. Having everyone falling over themselves to show their respect all the time must be kind of hard to deal with.